welcome back everyone. Crowon is here and we're going to tackle UCE Field Tabbing. So let's get that one imported in. And Field Tabbing, import. Let it do its thing. Alright, so we got that in here. And this one, we're going to show our Explorer. And go and get that open. Now this one doesn't really have any core changes to do or anything of that nature. And it does have the usage starting to be set up. So in here, it's pretty simple. There's no changes to make this function. We just have our one skill, our script. I'm stuck on old videos here. Alright, so we got one script, and all we have to do is come into our canvas, and we want our tabbing to work. So you can't normally tab in, well, pretty much any of the logic in Unity normally, which is very unfortunate. But we want to be able to tab on our login screen because it's super frustrating when you can't tab to keep filling things out, especially when we're accustomed to it. So how this works is you want to make sure it's attached to the top level. So if I want to have tabbing through for a bunch of these, which you probably will, you're going to want to do it on the canvas and then put these in an order and how the tabbing would work. Otherwise, you only want this tabbing to exist one at a time. So if you're going to put them in individually, which is totally possible, you want to make sure that login isn't going to be visible when creation's visible if you're going to have tabbing separately. Same for like these other menus. So like if you're doing all these windows with tabbing, you might want to put it on Windows or something of that nature. And put them all attached to that. So in this case, like a good example is you can put it here in login, but then login's always going to be active. So we're actually going to want to move it down to panel because this panel is not always going to be active. It's going to show or hide based on when it's actually used. So we're going to drop that on here, and as you can see, the hotkey is tab. You can change that to whatever you want. Let's expand this tab objects, and we're going to add in an item that we're going to tab between. So now we're just going to go ahead and drop this down, and we have a couple options in here. So a good quick way to do this is you can see we added them by hand. We can drag and drop, but if I'm going to put this back to 0, so there's nothing in here, I'm going to lock this script, and then I'm going to go ahead and select all the ones that I want to be able to tab between. So the username, the password field, the server field, and the login button. And I'm just going to drag them onto the name tab objects, drop, and it's just going to add them all in order how I have them selected up here. So there you go. Super simple. Now we can come in here. We're just going to go ahead and save. We can unlock this because we don't need to see it all the time. And we're going to hit play. And we're at the login. You can see this is highlighted because it's set to automatically highlight the first field it's tabbed into. And as you tab, it's going to do the same. So I hit tab, I move down to password, I hit tab again, you can see it lit up the server field. And I hit tab again, now I lit up the login, and if I hit tab again, I'm back at the top. So you can just continuously cycle through these with your tab key, as you normally would expect it to. So that's all there is to it. If I tab all the way down to login, then you can hit enter and you'd log in. Obviously you can't log in because we don't have a server running, but philosophy here, the concept. So that is it to get field tabbing working and in your game. I'll catch you